Research has shown that excessive use of digital devices can lead to depression, low self-esteem, and even social comparison. Some of these decrease of physical activity and even exercise. In this Poco episode, not necessarily a podcast, but it's a Poco episode, let's dive in and understand how our digital distractions and the devices we use can affect our lives. Lex, take it away. Digital distractions. Yes, it is totally acceptable to use our screens. Well, okay, back it up because that was good. Digital distractions. Yes, it is totally acceptable to use our screens to unwind or de-stress in moderation. Excessive use can have negative consequences. The more time that we spend looking at the screen, the less time we spend interacting with others in person. How many times have you seen it at the table? It makes it more difficult for interpersonal connections and strong relationships, which are obviously essential for mental health as well as the well-being of our community as a whole. Studies have consistently shown that social media can be linked to depression and anxiety, whereas the National Safety Council estimates about 26% of all car crashes involved cell phones. So, what are these digital distractions? Well, some of these include the shopping, the email, videos, social media posts that our electronic devices endlessly points out. It's designed to break our concentration from a task or a project, and they typically do a really good job at it. How many times have you had to start something over because you were in the middle of reading or studying and you got distracted with a pop-up? See, these distractions aren't just coincidence. They are scientifically designed to grab our attention. The sounds, the notification, the timing, it's all ingrained as a part of our life. The devices even know when to interfere. So that means for us as end users, it's super important that we're aware of this and make a conscious effort to use it to our benefit. So let's take advantage of 3 ways that we can manage our digital distractions to our benefit. First, let's consider a digital diet. See, if we start with awareness on the apps that are most distracting, we can really eliminate some of those all alone. According to research, most smartphones have an average of 80 apps installed, and yet the average person uses only 9 apps per day, sometimes 30 apps a month. So the majority of that stuff we don't even use. In fact, most people use only 3 apps. The majority of our mobile time is really spent only using 3 apps, according to research. We can remove distractions by deleting the apps that we just don't use, and remove the ones that don't help you or contribute to your life. Anything that limits our interruptions or even tempts us that by technology, it'll help us stay focused on our studies or in our conversations. Anything that will help us contribute to the deep dive of learning or social interaction. We can also set limits on and plan out our day. That's option number 2. See, if the apps that we do have are needed or it's taking time, we can put physical limits on those apps inside of our phones. We can use the focus feature to remove distractions during certain blocks of times. You can use the mute notification within the app to prevent you from getting distracted. Now, number 3, remember your goals. Do you know your why? Do you even know what your purpose is? When you know your why, your what will follow into place, what needs to be done. And that will help us stay focused on our project at hand, as well as being more disciplined in ignoring the pop-ups. Understanding your purpose and your why will help you stay on track and motivated to just simply ignore the pop-ups. When you remember your goals, it helps us to stay focused and ignore those distractions whenever they pop up. Sometimes noise-canceling headphones, it kind of is like the new library. Instead of being in a silent space, you're now in your white zone. And lastly, a part of this is organizing your time, making sure that you use a calendar and a planner to help make sure you have the most effective use of your days so that you can anticipate distractions and focus on potential projects and avoid those roadblocks. If you're working from home, how will you stay on track to help you avoid these distractions? If you're working in an office or in a school zone, what steps can you take to help you stay focused? If you really want to reach out and ask for more help, There are many different ways to do that. Some of the links below will guide you along that way. In the meantime, let's make a conscious effort to lock down those distractions, employ a digital diet, and stay focused, present with our relationships, with our friends, and with our family. Thank you for tuning in to this Poco episode. My name is Jared with the Uraine Ordonez 5 Diamond Group here at Vice Realty, and this was part of the Move It podcast series. If you like the information, please be sure to share this with your friends or family. Like the video, and if you get notification reminders, well, there's a distraction you might want to enjoy. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you next time, and be cool like a butterfly.